Hi, hello, and welcome. We have just gone live. I am testing it out on my phone, making sure I am appearing. It's always just a little bit delayed, which is always throws me off a little when I look online, but that's okay. So we are live. I have confirmed that. I am going to share us on Instagram really quick. And if you are new here, let me introduce myself. My name is Amy Prokopis. I am a author. I'm an indie author of 10 books. I write paranormal romance and romantasy, always with a bit of spice. And tonight I am working on my next book, which is the first in a duology. The duology is Billionaire Beasts of New York. And book one is Taming the Beast. I have not announced the title for book 2. That, I think, will be announced at the end of February, so it is coming up. And of course, Patreon members will get all of those announcements first. Patreon members are already getting graphics and character profiles and some exclusive things related to Taming the Beast, especially this week. That stuff is starting to heat up. I am almost finished writing the draft of this book. I am having the best time writing it. It is super spicy compared to my other stuff. I'm having a really good time writing the story. So soon I will be doing sneak peeks, like early chapter reveals on Patreon. So if that sounds interesting to you, you can find Patreon down below. I do some content for free members as well. So if you would like to be a free member rather than pay for one of the paid tiers, you can also do that. So welcome to the live stream. I am very, very excited to have you guys here. Let me share the link here on Instagram. Join the live. Join. Whoops, that is the wrong link. There we go. Join me live on YouTube. So, what is everybody working on this week? Hopefully, it'll be a productive night. Let me come over here. Tonight, I am working on my draft of Taming the Beast. Woo! I'm starting the night. So I am actually starting the night at 63,560 words. So here in a little bit, we will jump into the very first sprint of the night. If you are new, we go live every single Sunday at 8:30 Central Standard Time. We do 3 writing sprints, also known as productivity sprints, where you set a time and allotted time. So you set a timer and you dedicate that time to working. And then when the timer goes off, you get a little bit of a break, usually just like 5 minutes in between, just a couple of minutes. And then you go back into another round of dedicated sprints. It is super helpful for staying focused on task. I love productivity sprints. I highly recommend if you are somebody that really struggles to like stay on task or get things accomplished, especially, this is not one of those tasks for me, so don't mistake me, but especially tasks that you don't enjoy doing, like putting away the laundry for me is something that I have a difficult time staying focused and dedicated to. So using productivity sprints where you will do something for a certain amount of time really helps me to get things accomplished. So it also works for things like this, things I really love doing, which is writing. So that's kind of that. So we will do 3 rounds of writing sprints, 25 minutes each, where we will be dedicated to writing. I always like to track my progress in each sprint. I kind of gamify it to see how much I can get accomplished each time. So I am starting, I put it in the chat, so it's on the screen right now. I'm starting at 63,560 words tonight. I am super hopeful to get a lot done. I would love to at least get 1,000 words done tonight, because that is sort of a goal for me, is to write 1,000 words per day right now to get finished with Taming the Beast. So hopefully we will get there super soon. So drop in the chat if you haven't already what you will be working on tonight. Are you just hanging out, seeing what the updates are? Because I do try to report in between the sprints what updates I have for writing related things. Or are you here working on something also? Also, let me know, and now would be a good time to let me know in the chat if things aren't working properly. So if you can't really hear me or other strange things, that is something I did not check actually. So we are live. Okay, the sound's okay. So there's that. I am working with a microphone I haven't used in a little while. I have updated some of my YouTube equipment. I'm also updating still my writing space. I'm in my new office. I want to refine it though. I want to get a better desk back here. I need to put all of these cords kind of away, get things in a little bit of a better organizational space, but for now it will do. Okay, so like I said, if you were just joining us, we are going to do 3 writing sprints. Each of those 3 will be 25 minutes, and then we will pause in between to just work and catch up on stuff. I will say I've been kind of tired the last several days. I just don't think I slept super great, a few of them, and then I just haven't been getting amazing quality of sleep. So I am a little bit tired tonight. So I may not be as chatty as I typically am in between the sprints. Sometimes we spend a lot of time in between the sprints because people will have really interesting questions or just, I don't know, fun things to discuss. But tonight I may not indulge quite as much as I usually do. I tend to get wordy, so may not be quite like that today. So I think I am actually going to slip on my earbuds, and I think we may get into the first sprint of the night. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you are not already, because we do go live pretty regularly. I go live every single Sunday. Sometimes I don't if I have other events going on, like if I'm away for the weekend for an event or whatnot. But yeah, we go live very often here. And I also post a ton of content here on YouTube. I'm actually trying to change things up a little bit, and just, I want to do a better job of this, really. So yeah, doing some fun things. So if any of that sounds interesting, if you are a reader or writer, like paranormal romance, romantasy, whatever it may be, give me a subscribe below. It would be really helpful. And don't forget to like down below also, because it really does help out a ton, and it is completely free. So there's that. I think now is a pretty good time to go ahead and jump in. Hello. Thank you so much. I don't know if you were here a minute ago, but I am hoping to get 1,000 words tonight. I'm in a really good space. I'm in the middle of a scene right now, where a lot of times I end up slowing my progress because I get kind of nitpicky. It is a very sort of intimate moment. It's an emotional moment for my 2 main characters. And I always tread lightly because I want things to, of course, go really well. So hopefully I will be able to write through it though, and not go so slow, because sometimes I overthink that. So yeah, hopefully I won't. But that is where I am picking up today, is starting with this scene. It sort of kicks off a lot of really big events. We're about near the last third of the book. And so we really are sliding into a lot of action and drama and some steamy moments in the book. And so I'm really hoping this week to get a whole lot more writing done than normal because I'm at like all of the important stuff now, like the really big stuff. And so usually it's a lot easier to write. So there's that. All right. I am going to, there we go. Put our timer up here. I'm going to plug in my headphones, get that going in a minute. So I will hit this timer and it will go off. I believe it is unmuted. Sometimes that happens. Okay, we're all good. So we are going to do the first sprint of the night and then we will all come back together and chat and see where we are. So hopefully we'll all get a lot of progress done. Best of luck to you guys. And 3, 2, 1, sprint. Oh, that always happens to me. I was right in the middle of the scene and I needed to fix a phrase. Oh my gosh. And I couldn't. And so I have it all highlighted because I was going to go back and like delete it and rewrite some stuff. So I'm going to count the words I got there, even though I was in the middle of amending them. So that is not so great. So tell me in the chat, how did everybody do? What kind of progress have we made? I wrote 500, not 500. I wrote 457 words, which is a pretty good amount for a first sprint because, oops, goodness. All right. So started a whole other thing. So 457 words. That's how much I wrote. I wrote 457 words in the first sprint. Yay! Which is amazing. That's a good amount because I did say earlier my goal is to do 1,000 for the session. So I'm happy with that because we do have 2 more. And I feel like I've really hit my stride and really settled in with the scene. So that is exciting. Somebody got a lot. Hello, hope you're having a good evening. I wrote 678 words. That is amazing. Congrats to you. That's a good sprint. My goodness. So hopefully we all have a successful sprint like that. Wow. I will say, maybe it's just because I'm talking, but these, I'm going to take them out. These are a little bit uncomfortable. So I think I will set those there for now. I think you guys can still hear me perfectly fine because I'm using my microphone. So we'll just pause that. I'm not the biggest fan of these earbuds. They're just cheap AirPod knockoffs. What I really like to use are my AirTracks, and that's usually what I do is stick those on and I just listen from my phone because they automatically connect to my phone. But my husband used them to go to the gym a little while back, and I just haven't reset them to connect with my phone. And actually last week I tried to use them and they kept trying to connect with his phone while he was at game night because he does game nights on Sundays when I do live stream, and it just wasn't working. And I was in the middle of the live stream and I have not gone back to fix it. So something I need to do because now I'm reminded why I don't pull these out very often. A surge of inspiration hit for the scene I am writing. That is the best. I'm really hoping now that I've gotten through or just about through this scene that I'm writing, where I'm kind of being really careful about how I word things, how I say things, I think it will really fly from here. I'm actually about at the end of this chapter. I'm on chapter 27. I think I've said it before, but it's been a little bit. Taming the Beast is a book I am writing from dual perspective. I haven't done that since I think my very, very first book I published. And in that book, the first half of it is one POV, one perspective, and it's not until the second half of the book that it splits and you get 2 different viewpoints because it takes you through 2 different stories or journeys before they link back up. So I haven't written from dual perspective in a long time, but for this project, I just knew going in that it would be a lot better for certain genre expectations because this does sort of fit a little bit into like a dark fantasy, dark romance kind of storyline. I think it fits really, really well for dual perspective, which is what a lot of these like dark romances tend to be, especially with some of these themes. So yeah, I haven't done that in a hot second. So we're at chapter 27, and the next one will switch to the male main character's point of view again. Oh my gosh, my eyes. Oh. Okay, we're doing it. My eyes are just really itchy. They have been like this for a little while. And I thought maybe it was just my allergies, but then all of the winter weather came through and it didn't make any sense for me to have allergies. So I don't know. The only thing I can think is maybe I'm just that tired. Okay. I think that we should go ahead and move into the second sprint. Like down below if you haven't already. I'm going to pull these back in my ear. Hopefully we don't end up playing another video like a second. Maybe you just need to adjust them. Okay. Second sprint of the night. We are going to do another 25 minutes, which I will. Where did that go? There it is. Put up on the screen. Our 25-minute clock. Then we can come back and maybe we will chat more about taming the beast or I don't know, other things. Hopefully I will have fixed this sentence by that point. I'm going to write down my starting point. Hopefully we will get even more done in sprint number 2. Sprint number 1 is usually a short one because we're just getting into the back end of the swing of things. So hopefully this second one will be a lot more successful. Okay, here we go in 3, 2, 1, sprint. Alrighty. That was end of sprint number 2. I got through my scene and I started a brand new chapter. I don't know that I moved any quicker though than the last sprint. So I'm not sure that I am quite as close as I had hoped to my 1,000 word goal. So I wrote 439 words in that sprint. So let's see, what does that put me overall? I know it puts me close. Okay, I wrote 896 words total for both the sprints. So that's good. I am just about at 1,000, pretty close to 1,000. So I should hit that in the next sprint, which is super nice. That gets my goal. What is everyone working on? Working on my outline for my fiction, fantasy, and contemporary paranormal romance novel with insta-love, forced proximity, and fated mate tropes. Ooh, forced proximity would be kind of a fun one to write. I've never done that, and I have not had an idea for one before, but I would think that would be a really fun one well, I guess I kind of have with Trials of Flame and Wings. They're all kind of forced to be together. It's an enemies to lovers is always the way I pitch it, but she's kind of forced to ally with somebody she hates. They're kind of stuck together in this situation and in this trial, at least for the time being. So I guess I kind of have 560 that sprint. You are killing it. You're moving so fast. I'm moving really slow right now, which is fine. I'm getting a lot of work done. Words are still progress. It's going well. But you're really moving 560. Oh my gosh. Oh, I feel really good about this final sprint though. I think I'm going to fly into it. Let's see. I hope I at least do like 500. I would love to do 500 words in the final sprint. I will say, I think I will be up just a little bit, not crazy late, but late enough to get at least to a really good spot. I would like to set up one of the next bigger scenes. I think it'd be really fun to just write through this whole chapter, but I don't know that I have it in me for tonight. I do have to wake up earlier in the morning and get to work and stuff. And like I said earlier, I think I've just been a little bit overtired this week. So I don't want to stay up too late, but I am having a great time writing this book. So let's talk about, speaking of this week, let's talk a little bit about moving into this week. What are some intentions that you guys have? What is something that you want to accomplish this week? So for me, I want to finish uploading my books. This is not a priority item for me. It's something casually I will be doing, I think, but I want to upload the rest of my books onto Draft to Digital so that I can enable them for library distribution. I have already done the Curse of Wings series, so both of those books are available to be requested in public libraries. So if you read online, if you're somebody that has the Libby app that you can get through your public library, or if you just like to visit your public library and you have a library card, which you should get because it helps your community, whether you use it a lot or not, please reach out to your library, ask them to stock my book. It's really easy on the Libby app. You can actually just go in and there's a marker on the book. You just go in, tap it, and that tells your library that you're interested in it, and it's not a cost to you at all. So really cool. I want to get my books into more libraries because it is a really affordable way to get books to people. And yeah, I want to finish uploading my books to Draft to Digital to do that, to get the rest of them online. And also, since I am 64,456 words into Taming the Beast, considering where I am in my outline and how long I think this book will be, if I am able to really write a solid 1,000 words per day, if not a little more, because I tend to write more than that on Fridays, then I should be able to finish fast drafting, not this week, but the end of next week, which would be amazing because then I can go straight into my read through and start editing and finalize some details with my editor to get a professional edit on the calendar. And my plan, a lot of times I do like a rest period in between reading through and editing my book, and especially before starting another project like the next book in the series. However, with this one, since it is a duology and the next book it will be the conclusion, I think even if I don't fully have my outline fleshed out, which I do have like the bones of, I think I'm going to go ahead and start writing on the next book in this duology. I'm going to just jump straight into it and write completely through the series. I am planning to rapid release them. So as soon as I finish them, whether it's earlier than planned or even if it's just a little bit later, I have kind of a rough date of the summertime to start really pushing these particular books towards publication. I'm going to sit on them a little bit so I can rapid release them. But if I can get them both done sooner and get a lot of editing stuff in place and wrap things up, then I may move up my timeline, which I would really enjoy because it gives me more writing time for book 3 in the Curse of Wings series, which is what I will be working on next. The plan next is to write book 3 and then book 4 all together. The final book in the Curse of Wings series, there will be 4 of them. And then in the next springtime, I am planning to return to Trial of Flame and Wings and write the conclusion of that series, finish writing it. And now I'm just chatting about well past what my intention for this week is. But basically, if I can really like buckle down and do my 1,000 words per day, then I'm on track to be done a little earlier than the wiggle room I gave myself, which is fantastic. My intention this week is to finish this draft. Well, you are moving at quite the pace. So I think that you are set up pretty well for that. I don't know how far you are into it or how much you have left, but you're making really good progress. So I hope that you are able to accomplish that. I would think that you could, moving at the pace you are. So yeah, that is my intention for this next week, just to write 1,000 words per day at least, and to kind of casually continue uploading my books to Draft to Digital for libraries. That's what I will be working on. Okay. I think it's a good time to move into the final sprint of the night. Then we will come back together, say our final goodbyes, wrap things up, and yeah, make sure that you have subscribed to my newsletter at amyprokopis.com. It is at the very top. When you first go to the website, there is a call to action there to subscribe to the newsletter. So make sure you go and do that. I am actually kind of reorganizing my approach to my newsletter. I have not pushed a newsletter out in several months, actually. And I was doing them every single month. It was a goal in, I think, 2024, maybe one of my yearly goals, to put a newsletter out every month. And I think I was just, I don't know, I got too caught up in the details of what I needed to include in a newsletter. And so I want to change my style, make it a little bit more casual. So I think I want to bring sort of bring together what I do for my free Patreon members and bring that to some degree to my newsletter, just kind of a copy paste, real casual, up to date format so that you get some of the same information and you can't get it anywhere else unless you've subscribed to those places. So we will see. I don't know, but go and subscribe. It is in the description box. Okay. We are moving into the final sprint, 3 of 3, and then we will wrap some things up and it'll be a great night. It'll be a great start to the week. We all talked about our intentions and it's going to be great. Okay. 3, 2, 1, sprint. All right. I have gotten into the fun stuff in the scene. Let me turn off our ticker here. I am, let's see, 64,911 words into the draft. I don't think I hit, what is that? I'm bad at math. I did not get 500 words for the final sprint, which is okay. I got 455, but that puts me at, I believe, about 1,000. That puts me at 1,351 words for the night, which is great. I said I wanted to hit 1,000 words for the live stream, and I definitely did. I overshot that. So for this week, my goal is writing 1,000 words per day. Usually I surpass that a little bit. I at least do kind of like what I did for tonight. So hopefully that can continue through the week. 622 words. You are flying through things tonight. Oh my goodness. Congrats. That's amazing. I am going to stay up a little bit because I am in the middle of this scene. I don't know if I will finish it. I think I may just get to a really good ending point. I think this is a good spot actually to really kick off the morning because I'll do a morning sprint. I'm learning anymore that just with the way my day is structured and allowing myself some time at night and just trying to sleep better, having an extra hour in the morning than I used to just for writing has been super nice. And I am slowly becoming a little bit of a morning writer, which is kind of nice. So I will have a morning writing session. So I don't know that I'll get through this whole scene. I may just wrap some stuff up so that I have something really fun to come back to in the morning. That makes it all that much easier to sit down and write in the morning. So we may do that. I do have some other work I need to do though as well in the morning. So I don't know. We will see. Let me refresh my calendar here. See what time I actually have tomorrow. Okay. But anyway, this is a good place to end the night. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you will join me again next week. It's been really fun. I love doing these live streams. It's just really fun to write with a little bit of company. It's just a really nice dedicated writing time at the beginning of the week to kick off the week right. And it was really fun to kind of talk through my big plans and intentions for this week. So thank you guys for joining me. Hopefully you'll join me next week. But in the meantime, read books, be kind, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.